We are going to be discussing and sharing uh, some good information with you, and also I hope to have some great examples of how Sunshine alumni are starting to use some of these tools. So the point of us discussing these is so that people can begin to experiment with them for themselves. And let me, well, I'm going to ask a few questions as we go along. So today, the goal is to discuss some of the free resources that are available for small businesses. And um, this is a growing arena of some of the tech firms are recognizing that their attention to small businesses could be improved. And so Google and Facebook and Microsoft, many others are starting to do a better job of making certain resources available to understand how to better use these tools in a positive business way. And so I think if you start searching and looking around on your own, I think you'll find that some of these companies are trying to do some things to make some tools available to small businesses um, and help you in this time, because so many people today, because of the situation in the economy and in the country, people are, uh, some companies have never had a better time of being seen and generating business, because so much business is being done online, and people are using them for everything, for ordering and Google Maps and uh, invoicing and billing and payment and Zelle and all the different things that are out here is just become a standard way. So all of us today that are in business uh, are fortunate, because some of the tools that were only available expensively or to larger companies are now available to businesses such as ourselves. And this is especially if the cost is free or very reduced price. It's all affordable because we can make it something that brings in income, and that's really what we're interested in. So a few things we're going to discuss today. We're going to introduce the Grow with Google program. We're going to look at their tools for getting businesses online. We're going to access the understand Google Apps and the so-called G Suite, and then understand that your Sunshine alumni membership has some benefits. And I'm going to show you one thing here quickly. Now, on this sheet, this is some of you may have got these listing of these tools down here. Everything I'm talking about today is coming from these areas here, google.com/business. There's YouTube videos that go into depth with these tools, so you can kind of go over them at your own time. There's a particular tool I want to discuss a little bit today to finish off something we discussed last week. That's Google Primer. And then there's a section called Google for Startups. But I'm going to reshare my screen, and I'm going to go to this. Last week we talked about the Facebook group's alumni page, and I'm going to take a look at that right here now. So let me stop sharing for a little bit. I'm going to go back to my browser, and then I'm going to reshare it again. I'm going to bring up the Sunshine alumni page here in just a moment. Okay. Yeah. does anybody, did we see our Facebook, you see a Grow Your Business Sunshine billboard?
Oh.
All right, let me try that again here. Okay, now. Okay, see it now? You should see. So this is the Sunshine Enterprise Alumni Facebook page. Everybody see that?
Yes.
And so what I did is, so this is a page that's dedicated to all of you that are in the Alumni Association, and you should be able to, if you haven't already joined, it's a simple area just to go here and to join the group. And then once you are a member of the group, you can see things that people post, but more importantly, you can post things as well. So what I did is I just cut and pasted the links to the things that we're going to discuss today. So you see here, Grow with Google. You can click right there, and that'll take you right to the Grow with Google page. Now, this is something in Facebook called the group page, and this is very similar to a page that you can have for your business called a business page. And we're going to go through this in another session, but these are really easy to manipulate pages that every business should really have for their own. So I put the Grow with Google here. Then I put a link to the Google Primer, and I put a link to the YouTube where you can check into the introduction to Grow with Google YouTube, and a few more. So they're all right here. But the other thing about this page is anybody who's a member can post something that they would like to post. And so this is a good way to share and promote yourself, letting us know what's happening with your business, any specials that you might have. So we really would like everyone who is an alum to share, what's happening with their business. And I think once you look around, you get an idea of what makes sense or what is a good post. So there's a difference between how people share information. Like if you look at this as an example, I've got the website here. All of this was created from that website. And this is, I'm not talking about a cat. I'm not talking about a dog. I'm not talking about, something personal. It's a business activity. And so this is pulling information right from a website into this link. And if somebody sees some information right here that they want to go to, they can literally just click on this and go right to that page. So this took me right to the Google for Startups. And this is one of the resources that's available for Google, where they have programs associated. Is either if you're trying to advance your career in technology, or you're looking for free training, or you want to be a partner, all this information is on that site. But so if this was something about your business and you had a link that you posted here, if I wanted to know more about your business right from this page, I could click that link and go see something about your business. So I just want you to know that all of these links are right here. And after our workshop today, I would suggest you go back through them and click on them and find out what's happening. So I'm going to click on this. And this is a free app that's a downloadable app. Everybody see this page here with the cell phone in the middle?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a very interesting free program. It's called Primer. And really what it is it is a collection of business development workshops. And it only runs on a mobile device, so you can't download it to your computer, but you can download it to your phone, and it goes through a really good tutorial on many, many critical issues that we think about, just like what you went through with the Sunshine Program. If you wanted a refresher on marketing or finance, or how you make sure that your message is correct for the audience that you have. So if you look here at the lesson catalog, so these are some of the classes, and as far as I know, all of these classes are free, if especially the ones that say Primer Team. So this is really a wonderful collection, and I've been letting people know about this for the last couple of years, and I'm amazed that it was, when it first started, it was just a few courses in each area. But again, I wanted to, I know when you go through the Sunshine Program that you're put, a lot of information is put before you. You do your best you can to try to pull it together. You work very hard on your business plan and to compete your pitch, but there sometimes you have more questions, and it's amazing how fast the class moves. It seems like as soon as you leave a class, it's next week, and it's time to have your homework in, and it's a lot to get used to when you go through the course, because it moves so quickly. You wonder where the time flew, but this is a chance to review some of those things that you might be thinking about. Managing your cash to keep your business running, grow your business with new distribution channels. And so they've really continued to add classes here. Find investors to fund your business. And all of these are quick little courses. You can page through them on your phone or your tablet. It's available on Apple or Android. So there's some business planning classes, workshops, selling workshops, business management, overcoming barriers and turn your plans into action to achieve your career goals, do better work. And if you like them, check them out. Go through a little bit of them. If not, jump to something else. But it's nice to have access to a lot of this good information. Find your customers with lifetime customer value. That's a good thing to be aware of. That particular program walks you through how your biggest resource to your business success is finding and keeping customers. And if you can keep a customer, and that customer can be happy and pass on the good news, that's the best kind of marketing and business growth you could possibly have. So understanding that model of lifetime customer value is key to success in any business. So it's just a lot of good information in here. It's free. So that's just one tool I wanted you all to know about. It's called Google Primer, and you can just download the app on your phone, Android or Apple, and I think it'll provide some additional support for what you're trying to do. Okay? So I'm going to close that, and I'm going to come over here to, I think I've got some more things. So I'm going to stop this share. I'm going to start another share. All right, thank everybody for jumping on here. Let me check a few more things out, and I'm going to share something else. Okay, this what I'm getting ready to share right now. Everybody's going to get a copy of this, just like you did before. So when you finish the survey for today's workshop, you're going to get some output documents, and everybody's going to get a copy of this, just like we did last week. So you don't have to worry about taking notes per se. You're going to get this exact flyer. So everybody see Google My Business?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a service that is available from Google for helping your business get an initial presence online. And it's you can kind of think of it like the modern Yellow Pages. It's a directory, and this directory is largely based off of your business listing, and it's called Google My Business, and it's actually tied into everything Google, but it's particularly tied into Google Maps, and a lot of it is based off of Google Maps technology. So the first thing you want to do when you start this process is you want to add or claim your business listing. And you see this, you go to this thing called Google My Business. If you click on that, I think it'll take you right here. And you can type in the name of your business. And it'll first find to see if your business is already there. You'd be surprised sometime to see that Google has already searched some information that they may have found, and it might be there. And if it is your business, you could claim it. Now, I will say that a lot of what Google Maps does is based on a physical address. And I think Google is trying to change that so that, because many of us work from home, certainly today, a lot of us that are in service-based businesses might not have a physical address. We don't necessarily use our home address publicly, but this is the way the system, again, you think about the Yellow Pages, it was kind of based on that paradigm of verifying your business. So for those of you that have a physical location, this is perfect. If you don't have a physical location, but you are using your home address, you want to think about that, because you don't necessarily, if you're not having customers come by your house or anything like that, you might not want to share any more information publicly than you have to. And you don't have to share public information if you don't want to. You do need to have a business name, and again, this is why some people use services like at Sunshine. Sunshine in the incubator, some businesses use that as a business address. There are other entities that allow you to use their location as a business address. That may be something you want to consider as a way of having a physical address that's not your home address, that you can use to support your information that comes up online. It says provide a working phone number. Again, most of us use cell phones as our primary form of business contact, but you might not want to use your personal cell phone number. There's another service that Google has called Google Voice. And this is a number where you can get what you might refer to as an alias phone number, but it's a public number. And it is linked back to, like, forward to your cell phone number, but you don't have to provide your cell phone number in a public facing way. So I use this service, Google Voice, and I have a 312 number And whenever I do anything online or have some place where I need to promote my phone number, I use that Google Voice number as my publicly facing number. And then you could have it forward to your cell phone or forward to any other phone. You can move it around, and then also you can go to a place where you see who's called you. It has voicemail, text messaging, all of those types of things, and it appears in your email inbox. So that's something you can use to, again, as you start to want to be found online. Again, you want to select your business category. You want to provide the area of where you provide service, like, do you serve the South Side, the West Side, Chicago area, Illinois? It will ask you if you have one. You don't have to have one, but it'll ask you if you have a website address. And you can also, in some cases, if you have multiple locations, you can do that, but that's for larger businesses. And then you can update your business hours. Now let's take a look at this in action, and let's see. Let me back out of this. I'll stop the share and I'll bring up another page, and we'll take a look and see what this looks like when you actually produce a listing. Let me ask, does anybody on the line today currently have you already gone through this process and you have a Google listing for your business? Anybody?
Yes.
Who's that?
Beatrice with Lawn Care Maven.
Okay. And you wanted, how long have you had your listing?
I've had the listing, I think, for about a year maybe. And I also have the Google Voice.
Okay.
So yeah, they're both great services.
All right, very good.
Hey, Bruce.
Hey, who's that?
This is Claudette.
All right.
Yeah, I've got the Google Voice, and it was good while I was using it. But since I've been changing my business direction, I've not been responding. So I need to re-engage that because it is a good tool.
All right. Now this, everybody see the search I just did for Lawn Care Maven? You see it on the screen? And
Yes.
Lawn Care Maven.
Yes.
Okay, so this is Beatrice. She didn't know I was going to do this, so she's a little shocked. I didn't know I was going to do it either, so I'm shocked too. But we're going to search for Lawn Care Maven. And look how smart Beatrice is. She actually did exactly what I was talking about. Because when we see the address, 503 East 61st Street, where is that? That's Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Okay, but she's pretty smart. She said, hey, I'm going to be seen. Now, you notice when we looked up Lawn Care Maven, who came up number one? Lawn Care Maven.
She did.
That's right. So she came right up number one. That's pretty cool. All right, so then we go there and we see photos. Now, one of the things that you can do with this is I'm gonna click on see photo. I don't think she has any, but if you, okay, she's got a few. Beatrice, you know how to grow pretty flowers like this?
Sure. I've got some before and afters too.
All right, okay. Who is that?
That would be me. With a short video.
Okay. No, so now everybody see what we're doing? So we went to her search, and when we searched, we came up and this is just what appeared on the search screen. But when we say see photos or see the outside, so you can literally do just like Beatrice did. You can put some pictures up here, and she's got some pictures of these wonderful, beautiful flowers. I'm gonna have to call lawn care. Maybe I got a place that I would love to look like this. And you so before this was a wild backyard, huh? Sorry about that.
Yes, it was actually a community garden.
So it's a
And they needed
community
to clean
garden
up.
that the community kind of forgot about.
Yeah, I guess.
And then you came over. Now here she's got a video. And so she can actually do a video. So this is all part of a free listing that you can have for your business. And again, what she did is she came up with an address so that she could have a verified address. You can have hours of operation. Now this 872 number, what kind of number is that?
That's my Google Voice.
Okay, so she's got a Google Voice number. And if you, so that number could be called. And so that way you could have a number that appears online without, she's got her hours of operation. And then, look at that, got some reviews. Extremely pleased with the service I received today. I am very pleased. I recommend them to my family and friends. Okay, right on. And then she's even got a link to her Facebook profile. This is a mini website. Now everybody can have this because again, it is free. And all you have to, then you can request a quote. Let's click that, see what happens. Okay. So then it says I can send in. Now, Beatrice, do you ever get some people that send these in to you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And then she's got irrigation, lawn mowing, pest control, mulching, yard cleanup. So I could say yard cleanup when? I could say I need it yesterday. Zip code. I'd like to request a quote, Sandra. When you request that, now when somebody requests that quote, does that come as a text message?
It does. It comes as a text and, well, it comes as an email, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
Okay, so here it had said, since I was logged in, it says that if I sent request, it'll get there. And then you could email them back.
And that was your request.
Okay, that's pretty good. Hey, you're a perfect straight lady. I'm gonna have to use you for all my presentations. So this is wonderful. But this is really wonderful, though. This is a big deal to have an so again, you don't have to be a web designer or hire somebody. This is something everybody can do, or you can have somebody help you take the pictures. But this is the whole story right here. And that request a quote, that's what you want. You want somebody to engage you and ask you. So you can ask the question. You could send a person your phone number if you want them to call you. You could send and say, hey, I want to send something to them. So that's pretty good. Then you have some reviews, and then you have some larger description of the business. Lawn Care Maven LLC is a full-service lawn care and landscaping provider. Provide our clients with eco-friendly lawn care, snow removal. A minority female-owned business LLC utilizing eco-friendly technologies. Lawn Care Maven loves eco-friendly green technology equipment. So you have a nice little tagline in here, and that's just perfect. I think that's perfect. Let's everybody give Beatrice a hand. We hear some clapping out there. Everybody's on mute.
Excellent job, Beatrice.
Okay.
Great job, Beatrice.
That's
Thank
right.
you so much.
That's right. We're gonna now that we know you're out here, we gotta send some business your way. Now, Beatrice, have you have you ever posted any information on our Facebook page?
No, I don't think I have. I've looked at the site, of course, after I became an alumni,
And
but
did you just
I
graduate
haven't.
in the last class?
No, I've actually been through two different programs, the initial business program, and then I went through the construction program because lawn care and landscaping is considered construction.
Okay.
So yeah.
And how has your business been this year?
This year, it's been okay. This was supposed to be my inaugural year and get things off to a running start, but COVID happened and, things have been a little slow, but it's picking up a little bit.
Well, that's good.
I'm still getting calls,
All
so
right.
that's a good thing.
Okay. Well, that is excellent. Well, you certainly showed us exactly. I couldn't have picked a better example. You have it all together, and you did exactly what we can do with these free tools. Everybody on the call today is going to get a checklist, and you can do the same thing she did to claim your address. Now, again, what Beatrice did that was real smart was if you don't want to use your Beatrice, are you a home-based business now, or do you have do you work out of your house in other places?
I do work out of my home for the most part, and yeah, we basically pull out of our basement here. So I have everything like in the basement and the garage and that sort of thing, and pull out from here.
That's right.
So that's the main reason I use the Sunshine address.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's really, really smart. You are an excellent example. So I'm back on our Facebook page, and everybody see our Facebook page again?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what I did, I copied Beatrice her. So I copied her website address, and I pasted it into this page, and I'm going to post it because I want Beatrice to get some more business.
Thank you so much.
So since she won't do it, I guess I have to do it. But so that's how easy that was. So I took, and she's got an excellent logo. You gotta give her another hand on that excellent logo. That is an excellent logo. That is really nice. And so again, I just took her. Now that share that I just did, that is available to be seen by all of the folks that come to this Sunshine Alumni page. And so we've got, according to this, it says we've got 343 members. We really need to double that number because we've got a lot more alums than that. But this is what all of you can do. And you can do this whether you have a website or not. If you have a Google My Business page or Facebook page, you can copy that page just like I did Beatrice's page, and it will come up here. So we need to be more aggressive with sharing information about the wonderful businesses that are part of the Sunshine community, and really use these tools very effectively. But that was really nice to see how you use that free part of Google. Now let me come over here, and everybody still see my Google Google landing page? See that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now most of you have probably the majority of you have a Google email account that you've used, but you may not realize that there's a lot more to it than just Gmail. There are all these other tools that are part of the Google family of products, and there's a lot here. It really is a lot to reckon with and really understand. But some things that are really powerful for business value. Now, we talked earlier about having a Google Voice number. And if you have a Google Voice number, I'm going to click on that Google Voice just to see it. So this is an example of a Google Voice page. And so it gives you some features like you can call people, you can look at your text messages, you can see, if there's somebody's left a voicemail message for you, and if somebody's sent you a text message, here's somebody sent me a text message, and it says, "Hey Bruce, how's it going?" And I could say, "Very good." So all of this So this gives you a way to reply to, your customers or stay in communication with them. And this is, again, somebody got back to me. Glad to hear. All right. So again, this is a nice way, when you're sitting at your desk, your laptop or something, to communicate and use this as a feature. And again, it's a free number, easy to get. All right, so I'm gonna go back to where I was. So again, one of the advantages of using Gmail, and there's two versions of this. There's a free version and there is a paid version. The paid version allows you to use it with your web address. So if you have Sunshine or MontgomeryandCompany.com, if I want to have a series of emails and somebody gets an email from me at my own web address as opposed to Gmail, that is the same set of services called G Suite, but it is in fact free. And so here we're looking at the search page. We all know about mail. We all probably know about calendar. And these are very strong tools, especially when you start to expand your team and be more than just one person. There's a lot of collaboration that is built into this as well. Docs, of course, is, if I go to my Docs page, you'll see this is like, and I think my document I use for our discussion today should be right here. Oh, here's another one, Google My Business Checklist. So these are just, a free version of like a Microsoft Word that you can use to prepare documents, flyers, other marketing materials. Also, you notice that before I went to that document, there are various templates that are part of this. So much like, again, Microsoft Word or other things, you have certain templates that you can customize and then reuse. You can drop in your own logo, do something you want to do with it. This is very, very helpful to have this built into your Google. So this is one of the real advantages of using Gmail is the Google Suite comes along with it, and you can really do a lot with it in preparing. I use it for a lot of my materials, and then when you want to send something to somebody, if I wanted to, here's a little background document I have. If I need to send that to somebody, I can just come over here and say email this as an attachment. Because it's immediately tied in the Gmail, I can just type to where it's going. So if I have a brochure, a flyer, a special offer, an invoice, anything that I need to get off to a client, I can just send it right here. Boom, I just sent that document away. How many of you are currently using Gmail and some of these functions like G Suite for your basic word processing documents? Some of you using this already?
Yes.
I am. Yes.
Okay. And does anybody have a G Suite set up on their personal domain?
Not yet.
Okay. But that's real easy. Um, so, it's nothing wrong with starting with the free version and, kind of getting used to it and working your way around with it. But um, and it's not very so when you want to use it with your own personal domain, it's $6 a month. And I also pretty sure they have a version. If anybody on the phone happens to have a nonprofit, they have some nonprofit pricing for this also. So, but if you're an individual person, it's just $6 a month, and it gives you Gmail, Meet, Chat, Calendar, some cloud storage, word processing, spreadsheet, slides, which is like PowerPoint, forms, which is really helpful for surveying your clients and your customers. Just like Quandra, when you did the survey, did you do it in Google Forms?
Can you say that again, Bruce? I'm sorry.
When you did the survey, did you use Google Forms?
I did.
Okay, so everybody got that survey. And surveys are one of the really best ways to engage prospects, customers, any kind of, just to get a feel for their needs. It's not real complicated. Quandra, would you say, I know you're pretty much expert in this, but would you say Forms is pretty straightforward to use?
I would definitely say that Forms is a good way to get surveys. It's not that difficult to put them together. And even if a person has Google or not, they can still fill it out. So that's a good thing.
That's right. And I think Google does a pretty good job also. It says here 24/7 support. A lot of that, so they do add a little extra level of security and support for the paid G Suite. One advantage of if you're somebody that does a lot of videos or podcast, or you are a photographer, videographer, somebody in digital media, many of them use the business version because it comes with unlimited cloud storage. So that's, like having a free cloud disk drive that you can store, photos and videos and documents and all kinds of things. And of course, instead of having it, anybody that ever had a computer crash or, go down, one of the most horrifying experiences in life is saying, oh, geez, what's happening to my files and my pictures and everything. And so having a Google Drive and cloud storage is a real lifesaver because as we're doing more things on computers, and believe, computers aren't perfect. Everybody thinks they are. You turn them on every day, you think they're going to work until the day you turn them on, it doesn't come on. So then you're like, oh God, what am I going to do? But having Google Drive or some of the other, like Box or some of the other things where you can back up to the cloud is a real lifesaver, because that way, when you get your machine fixed or get a new machine or have to go use somebody else's, you can still access your information because it's not on your device, it's stored to a cloud and it's backed up. So again, You get a lot of these services.
Excuse me, Bruce, can I ask a question? If you have more than one business, should
Yes.
you create more than one email address and have more than one G Suite account?
Yes. Now you would have to have a separate G Suite per domain. So in other words, if you had bruce.com or montgomery.com, you would have to have a G Suite account for each one. You couldn't have multiple domains on one account that I know about. I think you would have to have two. And that's, again, a good question, because a lot of us do have more than one activity, and that's a very good question. But it is, you're talking less than $100 a year, easy, and so it's a real good investment to have, and the flexibility, because again, also, you can use G Suite on your mobile device. You can use it on tablet. You can use it on your computer, and even when you're traveling, all you have to do, just like when you log into your email, if you're traveling and somewhere and you log in, you can still have access to all that information just by logging into it. So that's let's see. So Google Drive is, so here it says that I'm using about a quarter of my gigabyte. And you can, even on the free service, you can buy storage. So you don't have to, so you can have, you can pay a little more. And again, this is more for, a lot of us don't have a big requirement for a lot of storage, but it is, you can really get as much storage as you want. But for those that have a lot of videos, a lot of large files, but it makes a lot of sense to back up your information from your computer, because you got tax information, you got other kind of information. You really need to have a second repository to it. Nothing's worse than losing a tablet or a laptop or having it crash, and then all of the work that you've done on so many projects are not available. So it's really a good thing to use the cloud, and it's even more secure than your own personal account because of the way that it is set up and backed up. So anybody have any questions about the G Suite or the free Google tools? All right. And then, so let's have a quick review of some of the things that we've talked about here today. Let me go back to my. All right. So again, remember, all of these tools that we talked about today, this was actually a part of, we sent this out again, but we're going to send it out again this time. But also, I've already placed links for these in the on the Facebook page, and that was deliberate so that hopefully you all would go to the Facebook page for the alumni. And one of the things that we're going to try to do to continue this process, you all that are part of our Tech Tuesday are the first group of alums to go through this process. but we really are working to communicate with these companies directly. Sunshine, myself, and others, we're talking to these companies, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, Microsoft, T-Mobile, and we're trying to find any free and low-cost resource they have that would help you, our clients, and our businesses. And we're going to be sharing these with the alums so that you have knowledge and access of these. Just a lot of tools these guys are dealing with. So we really want you all to take advantage of these things, to have your businesses registered. I really thank Bernice for showing that this is possible. You know, it's a great place to start. And so because these tools are free, there's really, you know, no excuse not to use them. And I know a lot of us are challenged by time, but it's also, you know, if you have someone in your family or that you're connected with, you know, there's always somebody that likes to take pictures. And I would say that good pictures make the difference in everything that you do. So, you know, I know a lot of people take snapshots with their cell phone and take, you know, quick pictures, but also we really recognize that when you start to really move forward with your website, your Instagram page, your social media page, having excellent professional quality pictures make all the difference in the world on how people take, just like this picture. I'm looking at all these wonderful pictures you all have that are Sandra Davis. That's a beautiful picture. Where'd that picture come from?
A professional photographer.
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's a beautiful picture. And some of you all got a great picture, but that makes all the difference in the world. Now, see that picture that she has, you can use that anywhere. You know, you can use that in your Instagram, your Facebook, your website. So, you know, we as business people, we've got to respect the pros. The pros, you know, they are deserving of our support. And hopefully within our Sunshine community, we have some pros out there in these areas, and we want to start doing business with each other. The one thing that I am so excited about is the Sunshine community, the network, the alumni. You know, if I hope to very soon add up what the economy of Sunshine is all about. When I look at these 5, 6, 7, 800 businesses that have gone through Sunshine, if each one of you are doing a few $1,000s a year in business, some of you doing a lot more, you know, we're talking about a multi-million-dollar economy. This us. So there ought to be a certain amount of business intensity that we do in our own community between and with and for each other. So I know Beatrice, we might have to call on her. She might have to be our Google consultant. Beatrice, you ready for a side hustle?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, we're gonna make Beatrice Steele as our new Google advisor. We're gonna give her a side hustle. So we're gonna we're gonna call her up and say, "Look, Beatrice, you need to walk me through this stuff, and maybe we'll barter something." So somebody wants to, if she'll cut a deal and she'll take a cupcake for a consultation.
That sounds delicious.
We could do a little bartering here, but so again, we're gonna please check the Facebook groups page on a regular basis as soon as we find out anything in these areas and more programs. In fact, I've already, oh, you reminded me, before I go, let me run here and do this last share, and I'm gonna show you something that's on there that I see if I can find that. And then this will be the last thing I'll show, and then you could You can go on with the rest of your beautiful day here. I'm going to go back to this one more time. And so everybody see, we're back on the Sunshine Facebook page. Everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, for some reason, it's not letting me scroll down, but if you go to this page and scroll down a little bit further, just under these Google posts, a friend of mine who is one of the Google experts in Chicago, she is hosting some free workshops. I think there's one this Friday. And so she's covering YouTube in depth and a few more. But this is, so again, if you just check with this page, you will see announcements. And it's good to check in once, twice a week and just scroll down and see what's in there. But I'm going to be finding more tech related tools. So for you that are on the call today, we're going to get you a copy of the checklist for the Google My Business checklist. I've got 2 of those. They're basically the same thing, where you go down the steps, claim your business, verify your business listing, provide your business name, all of this. You're going to get a copy of that. And then everybody should be able to download this Primer app and check out a few classes and workshops on there. I know a lot of us don't have a lot of extra time, but it is something just when you get a little time to relax, if you just want to go over some things that you didn't get, you feel you could use a little support on. It's a good free tool to have, and just some excellent resources that have your business success in mind. So I want to thank everybody. Any closing questions? We're about to get out of here. Anybody got a burning question before we go?
Someone did have a question about international use.
How so? What do you mean? Just does this work overseas?
Oh,
or?
hi. This is Eurydice.
Yes.
I wanted to know globally, this the information that you're sharing, especially the Google, the G Suite and the cloud and all of that, would that benefit in travel, like if I go overseas?
Absolutely.
Or just restricted to the States?
No, that's a very, very good question. And that was one of the reasons early on that I started using cloud tools, is I wanted to know that if I traveled to Europe or Africa or the Caribbean or wherever, and I can tell you firsthand that yes, any place that you have access to the internet, you can log into your materials and have access to them and back up and save and those things. So it is global. It is a global platform, and it really is a lifesaver and a benefit when you're traveling to know that you have a backup and access to your files, and can save information and share information with folks. And you could even have certain, like in Google Drive, instead of emailing somebody a large presentation or file, you can share that file with them, and then they'll get a link, and then on their end, wherever they are, they can then access that file, pull it down, view it. If you give them the rights to download it, they can do that as well. So the cloud has really changed the entire thought process around computing and communications, and it's really integrated them. And so it does benefit you when you travel, go global.
Okay, thank you.
Good question.
One other question, please.
Yes.
I would like to add, what about Zoom? Is Zoom global?
Now, I can't speak to that personally, but I would imagine that it is. That these sharing tools, like there's a Zoom feature that is part of the Google suite, called Meet. And let's see here. So have any of you used Google Meet?
Yes.
Okay, so see this Meet here? So, so this is a feature similar to Zoom that's now baked into Google. It has some features and functions that are comparable. You know, each one has something that the other doesn't have. But the good thing about Meet is that it's free, and if you have a conversation that needs to be longer, like an hour or hour and a half, you know, this is a good platform to use without having to have a Zoom subscription. So this is a part, and this is very internationally beneficial, as you can imagine, because to have a voice or video call would be very expensive. But you know, now that this is all cloud-based, this has improved global communications quite a bit. So Google Meet is a Zoom-like function that is baked into the G Suite. And even when you go to set up a calendar appointment with somebody, if I was to come down here and schedule, see where it says if I wanted to, it says add Google Meet video conferencing.
I see that.
Right. And so if I say that, now if I send this email to somebody, they'll be able to hit that button and join in on a video call. So you can email that to somebody, and you could add a person to it. And if I say, I wonder, meet with that person, and the thing about these is that a person does not need to be a Google person. So when they get this email invitation, they just hit the join Google Meet, and they're able to start a video call with that other person.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right, well, thank you all.